She's using her color. I thought that Martin Luther King said the color wasn't the issue. I thought it was the content of our character that we were supposed to be recognized for. But if she's going to keep running on that color, she's going to have a misconception about how black people really roll.
Welcome back, Warriors. It's me, Linda B. Thank you all for joining me. Now, today, we've got to talk about this identity politics. I know you've been hearing that term thrown around a lot. But here, today, I'm going to be looking at the voters in the Bronx and how they feel about this identity politics and whether or not it sways their vote. But before we get into it, don't forget, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let's get into it.
Big topic since Kamala Harris was tapped to be the Democratic nominee for president.
Correspondent Kara Castronova asked voters what they have to think about that. Here's that report.
The latest polls show that Vice President Kamala Harris is gaining ground with some Black and Latino voters. But those very same voters say that things are going badly in an America run by President Biden and VP Harris. And former President Trump is still polling high with Black voters at 20% in the latest, for example. They could be the story of this election. So, are Black and Hispanic voters persuaded by identity politics or actual policies? We hit the streets of the Bronx to find out.
She's using her color. I thought that Martin Luther King said the color wasn't the issue. I thought it was the content of our character that we were supposed to be recognized for. But if she's going to keep running on that color, she's going to have a misconception about how black people really roll.
If you bring somebody into office that looks like you, but then continues to detriment your community, what was that for? But if you choose somebody who can raise your community, then you chose the right one.
You choose.
Personally, I choose Trump.
I'm looking for who I think is more qualified to run the country. That's all I'm looking at.
Black.
That's what we should all be looking at. We should only be looking at who's the most qualified. And that young man who said, he acted very passionate and inspirational, like he was doing a speech, he said, but if you choose someone that looks like you, but they do the same thing, what was it for? Personally, I choose Trump. Yeah, because you got to go with what people do. What good is a token if they don't do anything for you? You just look up there and say, oh, they look like me. I mean, seriously, your life's still messed up with these high prices? That's foolishness.
Black Latinos are starting to be a little bit more critical. They're fed up of their hard-earned money going to illegal, undocumented people.
Kamala Harris did not do a good job on the border because from what I know, a lot of people were coming from the other side and doing a lot of bad things to what we call home.
I think she's not a good candidate for president because she's with Joe Biden for the past 2 years, a wreck up in New York,
Colors don't matter, man.
Right, they don't.
Ask God, man.
That's true. So what do you think about a candidate that uses their race as a selling point? Do you think
that's some weird?
That's weird.
You lost already. 2024. If you racist today, you lost. Nobody going against Trump.
It's not about race. It's about what they provide for the society, is what they could do for the community.
With her putting a lot of Black Americans in jail for the marijuana, they're not really going for her.
We also got people's thoughts on Trump's recent comments on Harris's ethnicity.
She was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was Black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn Black, and now she wants to be known as Black.
Yeah, she was Hindu when it suited her purpose, and now that she's running, the Black vote suits her purpose. So like Trump said, now she's Black.
Donald Trump is absolutely right. Her mother's Indian, her father's Irish Hindu, and she's always presented herself as Indian.
What do you think about Trump saying Kamala Harris is Black? I thought she was Indian. She was saying she was Indian.
That's my response. Trump is an open book, Facts.
That's just Trump being Trump. I don't believe he's racist. I don't even think he has a racist bone in his body.
And Trump said that Kamala Harris always portrayed herself to be Indian, and now all of a sudden she's saying she's Black.
Right? Nah, she's really Indian. She just want our support. She's trying to snatch our support away from Trump. But that's not how that's going down.
See, I'm telling you, people are catching on. People have caught on. All this stuff that the left does is not going to work. I'm telling you, it's not going to work. People see through that. All of a sudden, and Trump, the way Trump talks is like, I didn't know she was Black. I thought she was Indian. But till a few years ago, and all of a sudden, she's Black. And now she's Black. And the people in the room acted like he just said something so horrible because some people, not all, have already been conditioned to think that Trump is racist. So anytime he says anything about anybody that's not white, they just say, oh, you shouldn't say that. But he's just being Trump. He's just like, wait a minute, I thought she was Indian. Is she black now? I mean, wouldn't we say that about someone that ran as one thing and then next thing you know, oh girl, I didn't know you were Asian. I didn't know that. And you're just saying what you thought. You're not saying it because you hate anybody. You're just noticing. And Trump is an open book, like that one man said. He just, whatever comes up, comes out. He doesn't hold any punches. He doesn't. He just says what he believes. And what good is it if you're still going to do the same things? And one woman brought up her policies in California as the DA of San Francisco and the Attorney General of California.
I learned, I think I was, 22 when I started that work. I learned that with the swipe of my pen, I could charge someone with the lowest level offense. And because of the swipe of my pen, that person could be arrested. They could sit in jail for at least 48 hours. They could lose time from work and their family maybe lose their job. They'd have to come out of their own pocket to help hire a lawyer. They'd lose standing in their community. All because of the swipe of my pen.
If that clip there doesn't show you who Kamala Harris really is, hey, I don't know what will. Because the swipe of her pen could change someone's life. They could lose time from work, come out of pocket, lose standing in their community with the swipe of her pen. And she's learned that since her youth at the age of 22, she said. This is the Kamala Harris that wants to use Black voters to get our vote. Yeah, but you know, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it at all. And I don't think anyone should. Once knowing her history is a horrible history, but it is factual. Now, people, they're going to try and make Donald Trump look even worse. So people have to vote for her. But why would anybody vote for that? Donald Trump doesn't have that history. Donald Trump has the history of winning the Ellis Island Award. Yes, the Ellis Island Award, which you receive for diversity. You receive it for brotherhood and tolerance. Yes, he won that award alongside Muhammad Ali and Rosa Parks. Don't believe me? Look at this. This is in 1986 when Donald Trump received this award. It says Donald Trump receiving the Ellis Island Award with Rosa Parks and Muhammad Ali. There is Donald J. Trump along with Rosa Parks and Muhammad Ali. Not sure who the other people are, but here he is. And you receive the award because of brotherhood, tolerance, yes, inclusion, patriotism. And there he is in 1986. Now, people can say what they want to say, but the truth is always still out there somewhere. Right? It's always still out there. You can always go back and pull it up. Not to mention he helped Jesse Jackson with his presidential campaigns back in 84 and 1988. And Reverend Jesse Jackson is still alive. I'm hoping he would at least say, you know, all these years I never said anything about you guys accusing Donald Trump of being racist, but he's really not, but he hasn't done it. And if he has done it, I didn't see it anywhere. Maybe the news just chose not to cover it. But maybe Fox or Newsmax or somebody can get Jesse Jackson to say, come on, can you say something? But I know that he's suffering from a disease called Parkinson's, and I don't know if he could actually speak or how that would work. But I just wish people would come out from a while ago who are still alive today who could actually speak to the fact that Donald Trump is not a racist. Just come on out. The rappers have come out, but they still want to paint him that way because that's what the Democrats run on. Remember, they're the party of the Klan. They're the party of Jim Crow, and they're the party of slavery. Whatever something is rooted in, it's the fruit that it bears. Thank you all for watching today. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You all, I made it to 50,000 subscribers. I am so excited. I am on my way to 100,000 subscribers. You all be blessed. Love God, your families, these United States of America. And as they always say, march on, Warriors.